All right, so I guess this is going to be the first Polecast mini episode. It's me, PM me your boobs too, and I think Suns Out Guns Out is here too.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to tell a story about when I was given a riding lawnmower, and one of my neighbors at the time was given a riding lawnmower, and we decided to race them.
Smart decision.
Well, I was determined to win. So I went down to Tractor Supply and I bought a, some different pulleys and a belt, and I made this lawnmower that I had. I think it was a Craftsman, and I took the deck off, I took the hood off, I took everything I could take off. I took off to reduce weight, and I made this thing go like 30 miles an hour.
What's the isn't it like 5 miles an hour for a normal riding lawnmower?
I think it's something like that. It didn't go that fast when I got it. We actually ran it past a speed test camera that was on the street.
And 30 was your top speed.
I think the exact number was 32.
All right, that's pretty souped up.
It was quick. If you started it in first gear, it would pull the front end up and just kind of stabilize at like 45 degrees, and that leads into how I fucked up my neighbor's deck.
So you were popping wheelies on a riding lawnmower. All right,
I was in fact popping wheelies on a riding lawnmower.
that's great.
So anyway, we pulled this thing out to the end of my driveway, and started it up, and we didn't. I mean, we did not. Me and the guy that was helping me, we didn't know how fast it was going to go. So I sat down on it, I put it in first, and let the clutch out, thinking it'll be fast, but it won't be that fast. And it pulled the front end up, and I'm like, shit, 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 because I had to disable the brakes to speed it up. So who needs brakes?
Yeah, fuck safety.
So I ended up like taking off down the road, and I just kind of leaned really hard to one side, and it went into that guy's driveway and just plowed right into his deck.
Now, how much damage are we talking, and were you able to stay on?
Yeah, I stayed on. And I stayed on. I didn't get hurt. But yeah, the steps they were broken.
Was did you know your neighbor? Like, was he pissed?
Oh, he was the guy with the other lawnmower, the one that he thought he was gonna beat me in the race on.
Oh, well, that's your victory prize, right?
I mean, kind of. I mean, he was kind of pissed, but he accepted his part of the responsibility because he was there watching me do it. So
So you guys just bond over it, fix it together?
yeah, we fixed the deck, and then we took my lawnmower and his lawnmower out to the abandoned factory that was down a trail at the end of my driveway, and we drag raced the lawnmowers.
Okay, so who won?
The first time I won because his had some kind of weird hydrostatic transmission, so he couldn't just re-gear it with belts. Then he welded up his differential and it did a few other things, and then he beat me. And then I modified the throttle system on mine to to be able to increase the RPMs on the motor and go faster. And then I won, and then we were racing it around the dirt bike track that was in between my house and the factory, and mine started puking motor oil out of the carburetor, and it was dead.
Well, at least you got a couple races out of it. It's not surprising that it died from all the modifications.
It was free, so that's the right price.
Oh yeah, yeah, then definitely you got plenty of fun out of it.
And well, and there was the night that we decided at like it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. We were drinking, so bad ideas happen sometimes when you're drinking. And we decided to take them out to the field that was to the left of the dirt bike track and shoot Roman candles at each other while racing them around the field. That was fun.
Yeah, that's a real good decision. Uh, any chance it got recorded?
No, sadly it didn't. It should have been, but no, we had a 30 pack of natural ice for people who don't know. And we decided at like 3 o'clock in the morning to go out into this field and drive around our lawnmowers and shoot Roman candles at each other. And to me, it's insane that neither one of us blew up because we're riding machines that have oil and gasoline in them, and we're shooting Roman candles at each other. Like we should be dead.
Yeah, like I'm picturing just someone getting hit in the eye and just flipping over and running themselves over with their own lawnmower. I mean, that's the miracle of shitty alcohol and poor decisions. You usually walk away from it.
Well, we were smart enough to take the lawnmower decks off them before we did this, but the uh, the the amount of stupid that happened in those trails and on that factory, it's insane. There are so many stories. It's insane.
Well, there's plenty of nights to come, and we can always do more mini polecasts.
Yeah, that could be fun. I mean, maybe someday I'll tell you the one where I took my crotch rocket on the dirt bike track, which was a horrible idea for the record.
And maybe I'll share the one where I lit a 5-gallon canister of gasoline in my garage and had to run into the inferno and kick it into the street.
I cannot imagine that ended well.
It ended well. There was just my leg and arm, and yeah, that's all that caught on fire. So that was the good part.
I I think this has been a pretty successful mini cast. We're coming up on about 10 minutes, so yeah, I think this has been fun. We'll keep if you're okay with it, I'll post this to the SoundCloud and the YouTube channel, and we can do these, a couple nights a week, I guess.
Yeah, man. It was fun. It was interesting, and it was. I got a I got a couple good laughs out of your story. So thanks.
Well, I'd like to leave a safety message out there just in case. Under no circumstances should you shoot Roman candles at anyone ever. It's not a good idea. It doesn't end well. Just don't do it.
Unless you've been drinking a 30 rack of natural ice.
I mean, even then, you'll get hit in the chest, and just don't do it.
But drink heavily, kids. Drink heavily.
What was that post you made earlier? It was about it was like the Lord's prayer with alcohol.
Oh yeah. Let me pull it up. It was the Church of Alcohol. Give us this day our daily fifth, and forgive us our sobriety, as we have forgiven our liver's shortcomings.
I think that's a fantastic statement to end on.
Yeah, yeah. You have a good night, man.